Hey guys, welcome to this video. I'm doing airplane unboxing videos after a very long time, but I recently uploaded a video about a Boeing 737 MAX 8 NG models. Actually I bought two models together, that one and this is a bit special to me. Of course, as you can see, it's the Airbus A380-800. And now I will be unboxing this model, and just for those of you who have missed that video, I will of course give the link of that video in the description. But just to give you the context, this YouTube channel actually started more than 6 years, I think, nearly 7 years ago, when I was like, the first video I uploaded to YouTube was an unboxing video of, I think, an Asiana Airlines Airbus A350-900. So I have always been like bit obsessed with aviation airplane models, and I have a pretty big collection of airplane models as well. That obsession died down in the last few years. I mean, that obsession, I won't say completely died, but like it has decreased a lot because of my academics, my research, other commitments. But I recently visited, I'm now in Europe for my master's, and after attending a conference in Germany, and then I went to Amsterdam for a brief holiday. And there is a very good store in Amsterdam called Aviation Mega Store. They have a very huge collection of airplane scale models. And if you are in Amsterdam, or if you visit there, and if you're an aviation enthusiast, if you want to collect models, I definitely recommend that store to you. And the staff was very polite, the store was very well maintained, and they also have a website. You can also place an order online. They ship internationally. Shipping internationally outside Europe can be expensive, but I think they have a extremely large collection of very rare models which you will not get elsewhere. So if you're really interested, you can check out their website, link in the description, of course. Now, this model, which you can see, it's in 1/400 scale of an Airbus A380-800, and it's built by NG models. I don't really, before this point, I didn't really have NG models in my collection. It was mostly JC wings and Hogan wings, Harpa wings, a bit of this and that, but not NG models. And my favorite was JC wings. Even today, perhaps my most favorite manufacturer of airplane scale models would be JC wings. I have a lot of JC wings 1/400 scale models. They are very good value for the money. They are very good, like the price, not only the price, the detailing, the weight, the material, the packaging, everything. The only pity is that not all of the 1/400 scale models come with a display stand. Even this one does not come with a display stand, so that's a pity if you want to display the model. But yeah, at the same time, the special thing about this model, this NG model A380, is that it has no livery, it has no color, it has no airline logo, nothing. So it's completely a blank white model. And the same was true for the previous model, the unboxing video I uploaded just recently on my YouTube channel. You can check it out. That was also the same class of models, like NG models 1/400 scale, but the model was a Boeing 737 MAX. And that was also, and I like this concept. I think NG models is probably the first, or I'm not an expert. Maybe I'm not up to date, but I think, to the best of my knowledge, I did not find this kind of models without any color, like no livery model of any other manufacturers. So yeah, I really like the concept. So this is an Airbus A380, and it comes in 1/400 scale, and it's pretty big. Of course, it's big because it's an A380. But the scale is 1/400, and let us unbox this model. So like I already told you, the only pity is that it does not come with a stand, but apart from that, it's a great model. I really like the amount of detailing, the material and everything, so I have nothing to complain. Now in this video I want to show you the model up close. Yes. So the packaging is standard, like if you buy 1/400 scale models, this is the same kind of packaging from all manufacturers. So the packaging is standard, nothing special there. And it does not come with a stand, which is a pity, but yeah. They also gave me some cards. I think this is the NG model, for NG model specifically, as you can see. I'm not sure if you can make it out. I'm not sure what this is, but perhaps if I buy future NG models, maybe I'll be entitled to some discounts or something. Yeah, and by the way, this store, the store owner was really a friendly guy. He was a Dutch guy, and I think the Dutch people, they're actually crazy about ships and airplanes. There's a very good ship museum also in Amsterdam, which I visited. So this guy actually, he gave me a free, like for free, he just gave me kind of as a gift a comic book on aviation, an aviation comic book, and I really liked the gesture. And I bought these two models. If you're wondering about the price of this model, since I bought it physically in the store, I didn't have to worry about shipping charges. The price of this particular model was 42 or around 42, 43 euros, if I remember correctly. And yeah, I would consider this a very good value for money, considering the model. So yeah, this is the model, as you can see. Now the packaging is pretty robust, it's pretty good. And yeah, this is the standard across all 1/400 scale models. You don't I think you don't get the sponge packaging for 1/400 scale models that you get for 1/200 scale models, for example, of Gemini jets. Yeah, so now I'm gonna show you this model up close. It's extremely heavy, by the way, because it's made of fully die-cast metal and good quality metal. And yeah, never mind the noise. So I'm gonna show you this model up close now. Yeah. So the Airbus A380 has always, not, I wouldn't say always, but for quite a long time, and even today, it has been my favorite airliner, or even favorite aircraft for that matter, because I cannot say a cargo or a military aircraft is more, I like it better than the A380, the passenger airliner. So yeah, you know, most of you know, I think, that this is the largest passenger airliner currently, I mean, in the world, and it has 2 decks. And I recently had the had the good, I mean, it has always been my dream to fly on an A380, but you know that most airlines are retiring this jet because it's extremely expensive to operate, especially it's such a huge plane, and if you don't have enough number of passengers, then it's not really profitable to operate a jet. And then most of the aircrafts, I mean, most of the airports in the world, they cannot accommodate a jet as large as this. So it's a so that's why many airlines are slowly retiring the A380. I think Emirates probably is the only one which still operates the A380 extensively. But I was recently fortunate enough to have the opportunity to fly on a Lufthansa Airbus A380 from Germany to India. And of course, I mean, it's an A380, so I don't need to say anything else. But it has always been my dream plane, and that's why I wanted to have a model in my... I already have an A380 in my collection. 2 A380s actually. One is an Emirates A380 in this scale, 1/400 scale. And the other is a plastic but a larger model, 1/200 scale Hogan Wings A380, but that was British Airways. The point is, all of those were like some airlines. So the British Airways A380, when you first look at it, the first thought you have is about British Airways, or the country, or the colors. It looks good, white, blue, red, whatever. When you look at Emirates, the first thought you have is about the Middle East or the Emirates. The point, what I love about this model or this concept is that if you have an aircraft which is completely white, completely blank, no colors, not even the Airbus logo, then what it's really telling you is that just look beyond the noise, look beyond the superficial level, and just look at the model, look at the aircraft, look at the machine. So that is the thing. I mean, at the end of the day, it's an A380. No matter, you can paint it in Air France colors or Lufthansa colors or whichever livery you want. And I think it's also very rare. Not a lot of airplane model manufacturers build models like this. Usually they build some particular airline livery, right? So yeah, this is the model, and it's extremely detailed. I mean, of course, you can see these antennas and stuff. This is kind of standard across all 1/400 scale models if it comes from a respectable brand. But since I'm talking about the A380, before I give you the close-up looks, I want to discuss something which may be a bit, some of you may not agree, but I mean, in my view, I have the Gemini Jets 1/400 A380 of Emirates, and Gemini Jets has a reputation of like building extremely detailed, extremely accurate, extremely good models, which is true because I also have a Pan-American model of Boeing 747-100, but that is the more expensive, the big ones, the Gemini Jets 1/200 scale, fully die-cast metal ones. I think that's probably the most expensive model in my collection. And that is, well, of course, that's perfect. That's a piece of art. That's a masterpiece. I have nothing to say about that. But regarding the 1/400 A380, Emirates A380 I have, I think this model is way more detailed and way more accurate. More than detail, I think it's the accuracy. Because if you look at this model, the cockpit, I mean, if you look at the nose of this model and the cockpit window of this model, I'm not sure if you, yeah. If you look at the cockpit window of this model, I think they got it much more accurate and much more close to the actual A380 than the Gemini Jets 1/400. Because Gemini Jets, the cockpit, I mean the flight deck, the window of the cockpit, the shape, the outline was not perfect, not perfectly an A380. So, which is a bit unfortunate because Gemini Jets is known to make very good models, and it was also an expensive model. It was the Emirates A380. I don't know if it is generally true that Gemini Jets makes worse 1/400 models as compared to 1/200 scale models. I don't want to make a general claim, but personally, Gemini Jets have never been my favorite brand. My favorite brand has been JC Wings, and also now I think I'm starting to fall in love with NG models after looking at this one. So you see it's extremely detailed. I'm trying to zoom in, but without sacrificing the resolution of the picture. So the landing gear, the landing gears are rollable, by the way. They're extremely detailed. Even the suspension is there. I think I can try to show it to you like this. If you can look at the landing gear, there is the suspension. So, and the landing gears are rollable. They roll pretty smoothly. None of the landing gears are stuck, and it's pretty robust. It doesn't look brittle or fragile to me that it will easily break or something. You can see the detailed markings on the fuselage, on the door, on the engines, on the wings. On the wings even, you see it's extremely detailed. These text saying that do not step outside this area, that you can see on an actual airplane, on an actual A380. These texts are there. You see, and then yeah, it's extremely detailed model. I think for this scale, like for the 1/400 scale model, and for the price, I think it's extremely great model to have in your collection. And the special appeal for me is the blank livery. No livery. This exact white color. I really love this concept. And of course, this is the A380. You see the stretch of the wings, just the wingspan of the model of the A380, the particular shape of the wing and everything. I could go on for hours. There is nothing. I think I will never run out of words to admire this beauty, this Airbus A380. And yeah, you see the special Airbus winglets, the sharklet winglets. I'm not sure if they call it sharklet or if they call the sharklet what the A320neo has. But this special winglet of this winglet, actually you can find it in the Airbus A320, the 200, the old A320s, as well as the A380. But you don't find it in the new models. Like the A350 has the raked winglets, and the A320neo has the winglets like the old Boeing 737, right? So yeah, I'll try to give you a front view of the model. If you can see, it's beautiful. The landing gears, the everything. I have nothing to say, actually. I have nothing to criticize. I have no particular. And I looked at this model. I actually did a side-by-side comparison. I'm not showing this to you in this video, but side-by-side comparison of this with the Gemini 1400 A380, the Emirates one. I really think that, Gemini did a good job. I'm not saying that they built a poor model. Of course, it's Gemini jets. It's not some random toy. It's a scale model, and they got everything right. The fuselage structure, the wings, everything. But the cockpit, the shape of the nose. This, I think, if I had to rate, I would rate Gemini, I don't know, maybe 6.5 or 7 out of 10. This one I would give it a solid 8.5, because this is, of course, both are recognizable as an A380. It's difficult to not recognize this huge double-decked airliner, but if you really know the details, if you really know the technicalities and the exact shape of the mold of the nose and the cockpit of an A380, it's very difficult to get this right. I think the windows of the A380 cockpit. Even if you try to draw, it's easier to draw this the 737 cockpit, even the A320 cockpit, but the A380, it has this peculiar shape, so it's really good. And you can see all these red markings, everything. I don't know what all of them mean, by the way, but the antennas are there not only over the fuselage but also under the fuselage. Maybe you can see it or maybe not, but I'll still try. So and you see the landing gear, the carriages, the landing gear, everything is perfect. By the way, of course, this is a 1/400 scale model. It doesn't come with a stand, and the landing gears are not, like, you cannot retract the landing gears, or they are not magnetically detachable. So in the Gemini 1/200 models, you can actually detach the landing gears. They're kind of magnetic, and you can paste, you can attach the doors of the undercarriage so that you can display the model either in flight, in air, or you can display the model on the ground with the landing gear. But this one is like, you cannot open or do anything to the landing gears, but the suspension is there. The landing gears, the suspensions are there, and it's pretty good, actually. The engine details, you can see the engine, the nozzle, the engine fan blades, you can see the detail. It's great, actually. It's impressive. It's quite impressive. And yeah, so I think that's all I wanted to do in this video. I'll try to give you some better angles, some better views of the model. I think I'm not doing a very good job of this because, yeah, I'm kind of maybe it's a problem with the camera, but some of the parts are a bit blurred. Yeah, but in general, if you are wondering whether this is a good model to have in your collection, whether I would recommend this model, yeah, I would say yes. That's a solid yes. I'm not sure if this model is easily available everywhere except this Aviation Mega Store, or even they may not have it in stock any longer. Maybe they will, because yeah, when I bought this model, it was in stock. and that was only a few days back, like a 2 or 3 weeks back. But so I will give the link in the description of the Aviation Megastore website, and if I can find it, the exact link to the product page of this particular model, this particular aircraft. But yeah, it's a great model to have in your collection, I think. And I mean, if you're an aviation enthusiast, if you are looking for a 1/400 scale model, which is very good quality, heavy die-cast metal and no livery, and with extremely high level of detailing, then there is nothing stopping you from buying this model. The only criticism, minor criticism I would make, is that it would have been really good if it came with a stand, a display stand, even like a small plastic display stand. I'm not looking for anything too fancy. But yeah, I mean, that's okay, because it looks good if you can display the model on a stand, and most of my models come with a display stand, so I already have many of those, so it's not a big problem for me. I mean, I wouldn't have missed this A380 with no color, this blank livery A380 for the world. But yeah, some of you, I know, they would have loved it if it had a stand. But you see, there are no holes on the underbody, like there are no cavity or anything. So if it comes with a stand, then there should be a hole in the underbody, and you have to fit the stand. Then maybe after a long time, there can be some defects around it, not defects, but like some markings around it and stuff. So maybe some people, I mean, me included, some people, we prefer the models without any kind of, artificial defects on not defects, but any kind of artificial alterations or modifications on the model, because a real A380 doesn't come with a hole on the underbody so that you can display it on a stand. You don't display a real A380 on stand, right? It stands on the ground, or it flies in the air. So yeah, this was the model. I mean, if you have any further questions regarding the model which I did not cover in the video, please feel free to comment below, and I will of course reply to the best of my knowledge. And finally, before ending the video, since this is the A380, I would try to give you some better views. I put the model on here. Maybe this will be a good contrast. Just look at this beauty. It's completely white. It's a great model. Yeah, and in case you're wondering, this is not a, by the way, some JC Wings 1400 models, they come with the flaps down. Like you cannot retract, or you cannot change the flap position manually or by in any way, but the models automatically come in such a configuration that the flaps are already extended. That's a good concept. I like the concept, but this is not a flaps down model. I'm not sure if NG models make such models, but this is of course this is the shape of the A380 wing anyway. And yeah, this is also a very good angle to admire the A380. And then you have this one. Just look at the level of detailing. I think now you can see it even more clearly. It's impressive. It's honestly impressive. Let me try to show you the engines once more in a bit more close-up. The nozzles of the engines, I mean everything basically. I have nothing to say. Yeah, so I think I gave you some good views. Maybe one last front view would be good. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions about this model, or in general, if you would like to, please feel free to comment down below. And thanks for watching. And yeah, I mean, just to finish on this slightly nostalgic note, this YouTube channel, today we have over 1K subscribers, and thank you for that, because I never take YouTube as seriously as I perhaps should. YouTube is, I never try to optimize my video. I never write a proper script, or I never like do a lot of planning, video editing. I just capture on the go, maybe from the airplane. Like when I'm on a flight, I just capture a good view. When I'm traveling, I capture some good views, and I add some music and make YouTube shorts, or sometimes I upload lectures, physics lectures, or sometimes I just simply turn on my camera and rant. So I don't spend a lot of I don't put a lot of effort in YouTube. So considering all of that, and considering that YouTube is not really my profession, or even my main passion, considering all of that, 1K subscribers it means a lot to me. So thank you guys for your support, and for your engagement, and for your comments, for everything basically. And since looking back, since this channel started with airplane model unboxing videos, but then this channel slowly shifted to physics, philosophy, travel, and mostly educational content and stuff, like away from airplane models. So sometimes it's good occasionally to come back to airplane model unboxing videos just to remember the old days. So I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you very much.